Hello once again, YouTube. Duke Nukem 2417 here with a bit of a different video. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, in case you haven't noticed, is still in the theaters, even though X-Men Days of Future Past is probably blowing past it in the box office, and that movie in turn has been blown past by several other movies, but that's another story for another day. Right now we are talking about Spider-Man, specifically these three different action figures of Spider-Man from the various incarnations he's gone through in the movies. Now all of these are in the 6-inch scale, and all three of them are in the 6-inch scale. I had one of Spider-Man. It was like a 5-inch scale figure from, I think it was Spider-Man 3, but I gave that one away a few years ago, so yeah. These are all in the 6-inch scale, and we are going to compare and contrast all three of them. Now this one we're going to start off with is Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. You'll notice he has two joints on the neck area. The Type 1 socket and hinge ball joint shoulders with the hinge very nicely hidden by the architecture of the shoulder itself. Swivel biceps, double hinged elbows. The wrists have glove top swivels, but the wrists themselves are just hinges. Have a Type 2 ball joint torso, swivel waist. Type 1 ball joint hips, swivel thighs, double hinged knees, boot top swivels, and multi-directional ankles. Allegedly, okay, yeah. Hinge and rocker ankles and toe hinges. Now the toe hinges, or the ankle hinges I should say, are the real problem, because he doesn't want to stand up straight. And also, if you look at the arms, if you look at the friggin' arms, they don't have a nice natural bend to them. It looks weird. But the sculpting is good. You know, the colors are kind of washed out. The eyes aren't as big as the comic book incarnation, but they are outlined in black with silver kind of lenses. The spider icon on the back, nice and red there. Nice contrast with the blue. Dabba dee, dabba die. The spider emblem on the front is very small. Oh, I almost forgot to mention he does have hinged fingers. 2 fingers of each hand fold down to make the famous web shooting pose, also known in sign language as the I love you sign, ironically enough. He's not telling criminals he loves them, he is telling them you've been webbed. Or, actually, I hope that would be a stupid catchphrase. Now, the next figure in line is a radical departure from the classic design, more based on the House of M Spider-Man. You'll notice, first off, the head is smaller. The webs are not outlined in black or silver. They're just kind of recessed into the entire red area of the costume. The eyes are smaller. They are outlined in black still, but they are now gold for some inexplicable reason. The chest area dips downward, kind of suggesting something. And the hands even have this blue stuff on them, which is not at all like the gloves on Raimi era Spider-Man. He's going to fall over Raimi era Spider-Man, I can tell. The pants are completely blue. There's red on the red piping on the outside of the legs. The belt only goes in the back. And the boots are red with silver soles. Now the articulation. Type 1 ball joints, head, neck. Type 1 ball joint shoulders, swivel biceps, double hinged elbows. You'll see the stress on the left elbow right there. That's not a good sign. It's a stress mark, I believe. Swivel and swivel wrists. Oh no, well the left one is a swivel hinge. I don't know if the right one is. No, the right one's just, oh no, there's a hinge. Swivel and hinge wrists. Ball joint, Type 2 ball joint, abdominal thing. No swivel waist. It would have broken up the design of the costume, but still. Type 1 ball joint hips, swivel thighs, double hinged knees, and he has hinged ankles. I'm going to bring this really close here, though. This is the right ankle, perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. Right ankle of the figure. Look at the frickin' left ankle. It was this way in the packaging. This ankle is almost shredded. It still works. It still works. Watch, I'm going to say it still works, and it's going to break on camera. No, but I hope not. But it still works, but, it's horrible. It's horrible to look at. It makes it look like he's been stabbed in the shin or something. That's horrible. I don't know how it hasn't fallen apart yet, and I probably just jinxed it. But I don't care. And finally we come to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man, the eyes have gone back to the classic comic book style. The web stuff is still recessed, but some of it's painted. Some of it's not. That's not a big deal, though, because it looks cool. And there goes... I told you it was going to fall over. Part of it, and there he goes, too. The blue on this one is probably the brightest blue of the three. I wish the blue from Amazing Spider-Man 1 was the same on Amazing Spider-Man 2, but whatever. This one, of course, truly trumps the others in articulation. Have these, the trapezius joints here, those actually flex, I believe. Type 1 ball joint shoulders, again, swivel biceps, swivel hinge ball joint neck, double hinged elbows, swivel hinge wrists, abdominal hinge, this time, not ball joint, swivel waist, we finally get a waist joint again, type 1 ball joint hips, swivel thighs, double hinge knees, boot top swivels, which the Amazing Spider-Man 1 figure lacked, and hinged / rocker ankles, no toe hinges. So yeah, for 3 different figures of the same character, they are somewhat different, actually. They're not all created equal, I guess you could say. Pretty interesting lesson. But yeah, Spider-Man from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, at least the figure of Spider-Man from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, is probably the best of the 3 that I have. And I may actually end up giving the other 2 away later on this year to anyone from my immediate family who wants them. I would give them away on the internet, but something tells me that no one's going to want a figure of Amazing Spider-Man 1 with shredded ankles, or 1 shredded ankle, or a figure of Sam Raimi-era Spider-Man that falls over constantly. But yeah, these 3 figures are pretty interesting, even if 2 of them have fallen over and 1 of them is still standing. So yeah, that's a comparison and contrast of the 3 Spider-Men, and this video is going on way too long, for 9 minutes or so. It'll be cut down in editing. But yeah, thanks for watching.